Hey guys, it's Adventures with Uncle Dale, and it's Monday, June the 5th. I am in this little town that I've moved to in the Appalachian Mountains of Virginia, and I'm out this morning exploring. This is a historic depot in this little town of about 300 people. Real small. And I got up early to take the trash down to the city dump. That's how it goes around here. You got to take your trash to the city dump. And I'm just exploring like the little downtown area. I just love this community so far. I haven't been here but about a week. And look at this depot. This old railroad depot. I just read up on it. There's a plaque out front where the railroad used to run through here. This little town was named after the person that established it from Ireland. It was named after his hometown in Ireland. And look at this depot. Wow. Crazy. I feel like this place is frozen in time. It looks like it too. But that's good. I love it. So, the Clinchfield Railroad from 1902 to 1983 runs 277 miles from Spartanburg, South Carolina to Elkhorn City, Kentucky. Was originally built to haul coal and timber from the mountains to the markets. The first passenger train stopped in this town in 1909. From 1910 to 1912, the depot was in a boxcar open at both ends located on the side track. The last passenger that traveled through this town was in May the 2nd of 1955. Then the depot sat empty for 20 years. The present depot was built by hand beginning in 1910 and completed in 1912. So in 1977, the Women's Club asked the Clinchfield Railroad to donate it for preservation. The railroad agreed. It was moved off the only if the depot was moved off railroad property. So they contributed some land here in the center of town. In 1978, the depot was renovated and started to be used as a community center. It's now used as a town hall and community center. On March 18th of 2010, the Virginia Department of Historic Resources listed the depot on the Virginia Landmarks Register. Beautiful. I can't wait to see the inside of it. Oh, and guess what I'm carrying around? Well, it's not a bear. I wish it was. A little cub. I'd carry it around. When it was old enough, I'd teach it how to walk, like on a leash and stuff. You know, because that's how I roll. You know me and my black bears, my little black bear cub. I'll get me one. You watch and see. And I'll film it. But I've got me a new friend that I found walking around, exploring. You never know what you're going to find when you get out and you have adventures with Uncle Dale. And I'm going to show you my new friend right now. Now, he's my new friend, but I think it's a he. I don't know, I didn't look. I don't know where to look on this thing. I think it's a he, but he's not only my new friend. I found him in the back by a porch of an old abandoned building here in this little town. Look at that railroad depot. Beautiful. Community center. I'm going to check it out. Can't wait to see it. Anyway, my new friend, I'm going to put him right here. He's shy. He's quiet too. But I disturbed his breakfast. He was eating breakfast. So he's going to be a gift for my niece. I'm going to take him back to the house because she just said something a day or so ago about how she loved these things. So she's going to be so surprised today to get a gift from Uncle Dale. Now, like I said, he's my new friend, but he's about to become a new member of the family. Looky here. I don't know what his name is. Now, he is shy, so you're probably not going to see his face or head for a while. But look at there. Yep. A turtle. And he's got some beautiful markings. It almost looks like handprints or some kind of like Indian drawings or something on his shell. Now, that's a real turtle, y'all. I promise. He's just very shy, and he's inside of his shell right now because he's scared. See that little thing sticking out there in the front? He was eating. That's part of his breakfast. So he's scared. I've been talking to him. I don't know what his name is. Mary Angel's going to have to name him. But, see, there's his backside. You can kind of see his little feet tucked under there, under his shell. What a cute little guy. I started to call him Buddy, but... So, what you doing, Buddy? He didn't answer, but I think it's because he's shy. Obviously, he's shy. He's in his shell. He's all clammed up like a little turtle in his shell, because he is a turtle in his shell. So anyway, that's the new member of the family. And we'll see how it goes. Back behind this community center, they've got like a little children's playground. So cute. And there's a couple of picnic tables here. Oh, somebody left some trash. Dagnabbit. If I had some gloves, I'd put them on and pick it up. But I don't. I don't want to touch it with my bare hands. So there's a couple picnic tables. And a grill to cook out on. Woo-wee. Woo-wee, y'all. Adventures with Uncle Dale. And there's another grill. So we're going to have to find out if you can just come, can you just come on down here and just use the grill? You know, it's a community center. I guess it's for the community. And looky here. Good grief. What a way to start my morning. Woo-wee. Think one of those will hold me. That one's up pretty high. Let's try this one here. Oh, it's got bird poop on it. That's up real high. I'm not getting up there. I will kill myself. Let me try this one down here on the end. Okay. Now, if I fall, or this swing breaks, y'all get a good laugh out of that. It's me and Buddy. Well, I don't know what his name is. We'll see. I'm just holding on to him. I don't know if I should hold him upside down. Does blood go to his head? I'll hold him the right side up. I put him down once because it's kind of hard to take pictures and film when you're holding a turtle in one hand and trying to be a cinematographer in the other. Gee whiz. Look over yonder. Okay, I originally stopped right there at that church. That's Methodist Church because I have to find a new church home to go to. There's my little blue Jazz sitting there on the side of the road. And there's that right over there on the other side of that street sign. Yeah, there's some streets here. There's a couple streets. Not very many. I think they're named after presidents. Like that one there is Jefferson. There's one down the road said Madison. There's one Monroe. So I think they did the president thing for the streets. Oh, there's like a 4th Street and a 3rd Street and stuff like that. But, yeah, that right there where that truck just passed, that building that has the cross on the front of it. I don't know if it used to be a church or some kind of meeting house. It looks like it might have been a restaurant at one time. It's abandoned. So I had to walk back there and go exploring this morning. And that's where I found him. So he kind of looked up at me, he was eating his breakfast, and kind of looked up at me like, I'm just like you, Uncle Dale. I feel like I want to relocate. So I'm just out here all by myself behind this abandoned building. It's kind of lonely. And, it's kind of close to the road. So we don't want to get smashed. He didn't want to get smashed. So I decided to save him. I'm going to rescue him. I'm going to rehome him. And we'll see what happens. He's going to be a new member of the family. So, yeah, I don't know what time it is. Probably about 7 or 7:30 in the morning. I've been up for a while, and I decided I need to get out and get some fresh air this morning in these new mountains. Well, they're not new mountains. It's a new place for me to live. The mountains have been here since the beginning of time. Appalachian Mountains, way down in the sticks. This ain't no city of Columbus anymore, boy. Oh, you better get used to the peace and quiet. Who wouldn't want that? Can you hear them birds? So I'm out here at the community center in a swing, holding a turtle, doing a video, Adventures with Uncle Dale. So this is how my adventure starts today. We'll see what happens. Hey, I got a job interview today. Ooh-wee. So, pray for me that this comes through, because I need a jobby job. I got to get some coins so I can get this house up on the hill. Yeah. And we'll see how that goes. But I feel pretty good about it. I had a pre-interview, and it went really good. I actually dropped off an application at one location for a job. I already had my dress clothes on. I looked professional, and I acted professional. Yes, I can act professional. That wasn't professional just now, but you know what I mean. I can act professional because I am professional. So, do turtles pee? I don't think he peed on me. Maybe it's just dripping from the top of this swing. I don't know. Anyway, I wouldn't care if he peed on me anyway. My clothes are washable. So anyway, I get distracted, don't I? Oh well. It's what it is. Oh yeah, the job. So I dropped off one application at this one place of business, and then me and my, let's say my nephew, went. He had to go to the library, and we got over there, and the area looked vaguely familiar as somebody described it to me, saying, "Hey, go over to so-and-so. I think they're hiring." So I went to so-and-so while my nephew was in the library doing his thing on the computer, and the so-and-so was really happy to see me come in and ask about a job, because I guess they're really needing somebody like now, like right now they're busy, and it's the type of work I've done for a total of, I used to be in that field, I'm going to say about 11 years total, between two other jobs that I worked in Columbus. So I have a lot of experience, not to toot my own horn, but toot toot. So we'll see how that goes. So I went to the library, I filled out the application, because my nephew was doing his thing, and I thought, well, I probably have time to fill it out. So I did it, and I took it back and talked to the person in charge of hiring, and they said, "Hey, do you want to come in for an interview Monday about noon?" I said, "Yes, sir, I do." So let's see what happens. So Adventures with Uncle Dale, this is probably going to be like part 1 for today, Monday, June the 5th. It's Monday. We got to take care of business. It's the first day of the week, the first business day of the week. Oh, I got to go to church yesterday with my brother, Joe, down in Clintwood, and it was wonderful. I went and spent the night, helped him with a couple things around the house. Well, maybe one thing, but I'm going to go back and help him with some other stuff. But that was my intention. But I got a late start, so we didn't have a lot of day left. So I went, and then later on that night, after I went and got some dinner for us and took it back to the house, I decided to go back in the mountain, down way outside of town. Well, not way. I don't know. How much is way? Like, I don't know. 8 or 10 miles, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Out of town. Way back down this road that I probably was down there when I was a little boy. I wonder if Buddy likes swinging. I hope so. I hope I'm not making him have motion sickness. He's still up in his shell. He's kind of scared. Maybe he's scared of my voice. Well, everybody's scared of me, but that's beside the point. So anyway, I decided I was going to look up my cousin that I haven't seen for probably, last time I saw my cousins down here in the Appalachian Mountains, it probably was maybe 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, they had a big birthday celebration for their mother. Unfortunately, my aunt passed away. Their mother passed away. I think it was about 2 years ago, maybe. So I decided to look up my cousin. I said, Joe, what's the address? I don't know. I just know where she lives. I can tell you how to get there. I'm like, oh, good grief. So I got on the Professor Google and typed in her name and the name of the town, and actually got the address. That's kind of weird that you can do that. Like, if you want to be a creeper or a stalker, that's crazy. There's too much. We got to control this technology, I'm telling you. Anyway, that's how I found her. I got the address off the internet. I guess you can do that. Well, when people down here, they don't move around. So I knew she was still there. As people get in one place and they just stay there. I mean, people are born here, they live here, they die here. They don't move away. A lot of them don't. And it's beautiful here, so you can't blame them. It's peaceful and it's quiet. But anyway, I went to see my cousin Tammy. Sure did. Hadn't seen her for years now. We used to play together like brother and sister when we were little. And so it was really great to see her and catch up. And I got a bonus because her sister, my cousin Jerry, was visiting her from Ohio. So I got to sit and talk and chat with both of them. I was probably there like an hour and a half or two. And she was way up on a hill on a gravel road. Little Blue Jazz over there, parked over there by the church. I was wondering if they were going to make it up that hill or not, that loose gravel. Thank God I got front-wheel drive. So we got up the hill, and, I was almost certain when I got out of there it was pitch black dark. Of course, there's no lights back in the mountains, and you're on country roads. And I was on a gravel road, not even a paved road, going up to her house. Good grief. I'm like, ooh, I hope some creatures don't get me, but this would be the perfect time for like a little black bear cub to like walk out in front of the car and say, Daddy, you found me. I've been waiting for you. I'm like, oh, Bobby the bear. I don't know if his name's going to be Bobby. I think it's something else. Bobby reminds me of like that little boy from that cartoon, King of the Hill. Yeah, I don't want to do that. He can't be Bobby. Not that anything's wrong with Bobby, but I'll think about that little cartoon boy every time I got to think of another name for my bear. But anyway, I thought, ooh, this is a perfect time. And you know what? Here, I'm talking about these bears getting a little cub. Ooh, what's behind me? That's a pretty fence. That's nice. Oh, look at that. But down here, it's just going to be a matter of time before I'm going to see a black bear. I am about 98 miles from the Great Smoky Mountains in the Appalachian Mountains. And that's what's wonderful, because if I want to do a day trip and go down to Pigeon Forge or Gatlinburg or Seaverville, or I got a cousin that lives down there that has a business, actually the brother of the cousin I just told you about that I went to visit a couple nights ago. Well, Saturday night. And I'll go down and visit him. And he has horses. So, that's going to be another adventure with Uncle Dale, and hopefully I'll be able to film that and post it. So he's down there. He does some stuff for Dollywood, some outdoor work, and has a really good business down there. He's successful. I'm so proud of him. So, I can jump in the car and be down there in less than 2 hours, especially on a weekday when there's no traffic. And I could spend the day down there just doing whatever you do in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge. I've been down there umpteen times, several times. I love the area. I just love it. So anybody that wants to come down and have some peaceful, quiet time with Uncle Dale, I'm going to get this house. I'm going to have a guest room, and then you come on down and have some peace and quiet one weekend, and we'll just drive down to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg and make a good old time of it. And you'll get to meet him, if he ever comes out of his shell. I don't know. There's his feet tucked up under there. I guess they can hear. He probably hears me talking. He's scared. But you'll get to see him eventually. When he comes out, I'll make sure that I put my phone on and have you take a look at him. He's a cute little booger. His shell is so beautiful. Look at that. And looking at it from this angle, it almost looks like on top, that looks like handprints. So nice. It's like blackish brown, and then it's got all that gold. So, we'll see what his name's going to be. It's not a black bear cub, but it's something special this morning, something unexpected. See, you never know what's going to happen. When you get out, you have your little adventure for the day. Even if it's a work day. I was up at probably 4 o'clock this morning. So I get up very early. I like starting my day super early. So I did some things in the house, and then I decided, well, I'm going to get dressed and take the trash down to the dump and just see what I can do. I want to go exploring in this little community and see what I can see. And look what I found. And even if I was working today and I had to be there like at 9 or 10 o'clock, I still could have done all this before work. Yeah. So, my advice to you would be, make it a goal to make every day an adventure. Make every day an adventure because why not? Look, none of us knows when we're going to take our last breath. I could croak right here in this swinging back and forth, holding this little turtle who's unnamed. I hope that if I die, a sudden heart attack and I drop him to the ground, I just hope his shell doesn't crack open. I think he'll be alright. I'm not that far off the ground. But you never know. So many people get up in the morning, and I get so sick of hearing people like, I can't stand my job. I hate it. I hate working with those people. I don't have any friends. They're not my friends. They're my co-workers. I just hate it. I just dread going in every day. And my question to that person would be, okay, then why do you do it? It's not rocket science. Think about what you just said. I hate it. Okay, why are you going to get up and go to something that you hate every day? That's one of the dumbest ass things I've ever heard. Well, I gotta pay my bills. I need the money. It pays good. It has good benefits. Well, so does thousands of other jobs. So find one you like. Jesus. Literally. Jesus, help us. Help us all make better decisions. People get so stuck on stuff. Well, I just don't, I don't know. I just hate the thought. I'll have to update my resume, and I hate that whole process about the searching for a job, and I just don't know what I should be doing or what I'm supposed to be doing, and at least with this, I get a paycheck. I can pay my mortgage and pay for my car and pay for all the wonderful things that I think I need. Linda, sit down, shut up, Jesus. Well, if you want to do that, if you want to go to a place that you hate every day and people that you dislike every day and spend the majority of your day doing that, well, go for it if that's what you want to do. Nope, not for me. I ain't doing that no more. I think after you reach a certain age, you're like, what the heck am I doing? One of the best jobs talking about jobs, one of the best jobs I ever had as far as like a paycheck and benefits, I worked for the state of Ohio. Yep. I worked for a pension plan for state employees, and it was like in sort of like an auditor's kind of office. It was like member benefits where we did calculations for the pension plan. And I interviewed for the job, so somebody said, oh, go for it, Dale, go for it. Well, I ended up I had to go through like 3 interviews to get the job, and it was great, and I wanted it because it was conveniently located, maybe 2 blocks from where I lived, and I just could walk there in downtown Columbus. And somebody said, well, Dale, go for it. If they're going to hire you, you don't really have any experience, but they're willing to train you, and the interview went well, and they're going to offer you the job. Why don't you just try it? I thought, I don't know if I want to or not. It's an office. Our office environment's okay depending on what type of business it is. So I said, okay, let me try this, and maybe I'll give it 6 months, because I went into it thinking, I don't think I'm going to like it. And guess what? I didn't. Oh my gosh. The work was so tedious, and you would think in this day and age, well, this was a few years ago, but I was sitting at a desk with forms, papers, with a number 2 pencil. You had to have several number 2 pencils, keep them sharp. I was a pencil pusher, literally. You sat there with a calculator and paper and a pencil, and that's how you did all your calculations for these members who would call in to find out what the status and the current status was on their pension plan, and how they could make changes or invest money or do whatever they needed to do. And then you had to go to the file cabinets, paper file cabinets in a big room called the file room, pull their file, do whatever calculations you need to do, answer their questions, call them back, do some research if you had to do some research, have the auditor look at it to approve the work that you did, to make sure everything was correct before you could even contact the member. Everything was done by hand. Paper, pencil, calculator. Dude, state of Ohio, why, I don't understand for the life of me why you didn't have a computer system set up to do all this stuff. It's there. I don't know if they just did not invest in that yet when I started working there, and this was only just a few years ago. Everybody else has got computers at their desks that can do calculations like automated. And then my thinking is, instead of all these binders, these giant binders that the auditor had surrounding her cubicle, where she would look up information on different cities, towns, and municipalities, for the state of Ohio, with all these little idiosyncrasies about well, if you did this, you earn this much. If you did this, you earn this much. It's according to how the town and the municipality, I can't say it, about how they did their business with their funds to go into the pension plan, because you could do certain things as a member to earn more money to go into your pension plan. But that's city by city, town by town, whatever. So the auditor had to be aware of all this stuff, and she had these giant binders, like she had a house full surrounding her giant cubicle. And I'm thinking, like, why can't all that information be entered into the system in a database? Gee whiz, even I know that. I'm just a little hillbilly boy. But yeah, I did that for like 6 months, thinking I'll give it 6 months, and if I don't like it, I'm out. So 6 months came, guess what? I was out of there. I don't even remember what the next job I had was. I think I went into pharmacy after that. But, oh, there's a kitty cat over there. There's kitty cats all over the place down here. And dogs. I know there's some bears out there somewhere. Over there in them woods. Over there in them woods, I'll bet you. It's all about the timing. The timing has got to be such that that little bear cub's going to come out. Okay. Well, I headed back to my car, headed back to the house. I went over to the church to take a look at it and got my little adventure done for the morning. And this is part 1, maybe. And I'll talk to you guys later. We'll see how the job interview goes. So, hey, bye.